Hello and welcome to the first video of 2018, and today I will be talking about what I would like to see in a Batman solo movie in DCEU, as well as which villains I'd like to see appear and be casted, and I'll also be talking about which sidekicks I'd like to see be casted. Now, since the beginning, the DCEU have released 5 movies. That's a lot of movies in a short time, and here are the following 5 films that have been released so far. We've had Man of Steel, which came out in 2013, which I still say is the best Superman film to date. And in 2016 we had Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice. I highly recommend you check the Blu-ray, as that's really good. We've also had that same year Suicide Squad, which I think is the weakest, but check out the Blu-ray, I think it's quite decent. And also we've had Wonder Woman, which I'll go out and say is the best of the 5 and certainly the strongest movie to date. And just recently we had the Justice League. Now, some people have been very 50-50 about the Justice League. Some said it was good, some said it was bad. Some people have been saying they'd like to see a Zac Snyder cut of the movie. But I personally think it wasn't bad. And for a first attempt at a Justice League movie, I've seen a lot worse. It wasn't terrible. It was okay, but it wasn't that bad. With recent rumours going around that Ben Affleck could be walking away from the Batman role, I'd just like to say that I've been an avid supporter of him ever since he was casted as Batman, and I think, in my opinion, Ben Affleck is the best Batman we've ever had on screen. His Batman is as close to the comic books and the cartoons I think we've ever seen, and I really hope he's not leaving, and because I think he's done an amazing job as Batman so far. I feel that he gets a lot of unnecessary hate and criticism from fans and critics alike. I mean, look at this shot here. This is from Dawn of Justice. This is Batman in the suit of armour. I mean, why would you bash that? I mean, that is exactly how Batman would look and should look, and he's done an amazing job. I mean, every scene that he's in, he owns it. I mean, this is another shot here. This is from the Nightmare scene, and he was just absolutely fantastic. And in the short time that he's been Batman, he's interacted with Superman, he's cameoed in the Suicide Squad, and he just recently participated in the Justice League movie. I mean, that's a pretty impressive resume, if I do say so. And also, he could quite possibly be the best Bruce Wayne we've ever had. I mean, sure, we've had lots of good actors have been okay as Bruce Wayne. Some have been a fantastic Batman, but very few actors have been able to get a great balance that Ben Affleck has, and I think he's been amazing. I mean, look at this shot right here. This is from the Dawn of Justice movie where he's looking up at the graffitied Robin suit, and he didn't even say a word. I mean, that scene right there just gives me goosebumps every time I see it. I mean, it's great. Also, rumours have been circling that Ben Affleck's final appearance could be in Flash's upcoming solo movie, which from what I understand is going to be called Flashpoint, where Flash will run back in time and the timeline will alter, and when he returns there'll be a new Batman actor in place of Ben Affleck. But as I said before, until I've heard it from his mouth, I don't think Affleck's going anywhere. Joe Manganiello just appeared as Deathstroke at the end of Justice League, and we all know that he's scheduled to appear in Batman's solo movie, and I'm really excited at the mere image of seeing Joe's Deathstroke and Ben Affleck's Batman going at it head to head on the big screen. I really hope we get something like what we saw in the Arkham Origins game, which I thought was one of the standout moments of the game. And and it also freshens things up that this is the first time we're not going to have a Batman movie where the Joker is not the main villain. So I think with these two together, I think they could deliver something really special, but we'll just have to wait and see. And now on to my choices for who I like to see be casted as the villains. Kate Beckinsale as Catwoman. I've long been a fan of Kate Beckinsale. I'm a huge fan of her work in the Underworld franchise, and I've always wanted to see her play Selina Kyle. I wanted her to be Catwoman in The Dark Knight Rises, but she lost out to Anne Hathaway, who didn't do a bad job. But Kate Beckinsale is beautiful. She can act, and she does her own stunts, from what I understand. And there's a little bit of history there with Ben Affleck. They appeared in Pearl Harbor many years ago, but I think the two of them together, as Batman and Catwoman, could deliver something really, really special on the big screen. And I personally think she would look so sexy in the Catwoman costume, and she's still going strong and kicking ass at her age, so I give her a shot. Antonio Banderas as Bane. Now, I like Tom Hardy's portrayal as Bane. I thought he did a good job, but I just felt that something was missing. And I think Antonio Banderas could really do an awesome job as Bane. I mean, he's got the voice, he's got the accent, so it's there already, and he's in fantastic shape for his age. And I think with a little bit of CGI done around him, make him look even bigger, I think we could get something really epic, and certainly something as close to the classic Nightfall graphic novel where Bane broke Batman's back. And I think with Ben Affleck's brutal approach, I think we could really get that. Johnny Depp as the Riddler. I find that it's a crime that we've only had one Riddler on the big screen, and that was Jim Carrey from many years ago in Batman Forever. But I've always wanted to see Johnny Depp play the Riddler. I mean, I've seen lots of fan-made pictures, and Depp's an amazing, versatile actor. He can be weird, he can be sinister, he can be creepy, he can do it all. He can be wacky, and that's everything you'd want in the Riddler. And I think it's long due now for one of Batman's most iconic enemies to appear on the big screen, and I think now is the time to do that. So if they're going to do it, cast Depp. Jim Parsons as the Scarecrow. Now, I remember a friend said to me, I'd love to see him play the Riddler, but I looked at him and I thought, I think he'd make a better Scarecrow than the Riddler. He's quite skinny and lanky and a bit scrawny, and that's how Jonathan Crane is. And I think Jim Parsons could really switch it up a notch by playing the Master of Fear. I mean, Scarecrow's supposed to be scary, and I think Jim Parsons could really deliver an amazing performance. William Finchner as Hush. Hush has never appeared in any media apart from 2 games, Arkham City and Arkham Knight, but he's never been in anything else other than the comics, and I think this would be a great opportunity to bring Bruce Wayne's childhood friend to the big screen, and William Finchner, I think, could be perfect as Hush / Thomas Elliot. He's an amazing actor. He's always popping up in cameos, TV shows. He was in Prison Break. He had a cameo in The Dark Knight, and I think he could really deliver a powerful performance, and I could really see Ben Affleck's Bruce Wayne and Thomas Elliot having some awesome dialogue in a scene together, so I'd say do it. Iwan Rheon as the Mad Hatter. I thoroughly loved his performance as Ramsay Bolton in Game of Thrones, and I think he could deliver that over-the-top sort of performance for the Mad Hatter, and we've never had the Mad Hatter on the big screen, so this will be a great opportunity for Ewan to really make his mark on the big screen. He's an amazing actor, and I think him and Ben Affleck could match up very, very well with their 2 characters interacting. Jude Law as Clayface. Jude Law's a great actor, been there, done that, he's done it all, and I think he could really deliver a powerful performance and give that tragic element to Matt Hagen, something like we saw in the Batman animated series. And this will also be a great opportunity for him as well. We've never had Clayface on the big screen, and I think he'd be really good at playing, the shape-shifting villain, personally. James Franco as the Red Hood. Now, James Franco as Harry Osborn in the first two Spider-Man films, he done a great job. He was fantastic. And I felt they dropped the ball with him in Spider-Man 3, but what better way to redeem himself than playing essentially Batman's greatest failure? I think he'd be amazing as the Red Hood, and he could really deliver a powerful performance, and I could really see him and Affleck's Batman having some real great dialogue together, and I think, they could really give us an epic fight. I think they should really go there. And plus, James Franco could play Jason Todd in a flashback if they wanted to go there too. Zac Efron as Tim Drake, Robin. Yeah, I know what you're all thinking. The High School Musical guy? Really? Come on, everyone. It was a long time ago. And I think he's matured as an actor, personally. I remember me and my friend was watching 30 again, and he said to me, "Don't you think he'd make a good Robin?" I said, "Definitely. I'd love to see him as Tim Drake," and Tim Drake is my favourite Robin out of all the Robins, and I think Zac Efron could really do a great job as Robin, and I think it's time to bring Robin back to this big screen, personally. Emma Stone as Barbara Gordon / Batgirl / Oracle. Now, in my opinion, I think Emma Stone could be better at the Oracle role than Batgirl. I'm not saying she wouldn't look good in the Batgirl suit. She would. She'd probably be very good at it, but I think she'd be more suited to play Oracle. And I could picture her and Ben Affleck's Batman speaking over the radio, and maybe she could crack a few jokes or something, and I think that'd be a lot of fun, personally. Ian Somerhalder as Nightwing, Dick Grayson. I don't know much about him, other than that he was in Smallville for a couple of episodes, and I know he's one of the main stars of Vampire Diaries, but he's just got this look to him that screams Nightwing, and I think he'd be really, really good. He's got a great look, he's in great shape, and I think him and Affleck could really give us something special. And I mean, there's so much history there with Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson. I think they could really get their teeth into it if they were to go down that route. David Mazouz as Damian Wayne, Robin. At the moment, David is playing a younger Bruce Wayne in Gotham, and I remember he expressed an interest in playing Damian Wayne. I remember seeing a picture of him and Ben Affleck on Twitter. So I think David playing Damian Wayne, I think that could be really, really good, and I think those two together could give us something special, and we've never seen it on the big screen, so I think that'd be amazing. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you next time.